is April Jones. I was born in Athens Regional Hospital, and my story is about surviving with hope. In my childhood, I was hospitalized twice when I was 3 years old. Once in Valley Hospital in Chattanooga, Tennessee for hearing voices, sleepwalking, and nearly severely hurting my older sister. That is when I was diagnosed with schizophrenia. The second hospitalization was in Cumberland Hall in Tennessee for sleepwalking out of the house and almost walking into traffic, and constantly fighting and arguing with my family and an older sister. I was put in a program at Camelot in Athens, Tennessee, similar to Highland Rivers that I go to now. I was a tough kid to handle. Parents had to take parenting classes with me. I have ADD and ADHD. Camelot sent out caseworkers to work with me. My favorite caseworker was Miss Caroline, and when I got into school, I had a learning problem. I had to be placed in special ed classes every grade till 10th is when I dropped out. As I grew up, when I was 5 years old, I was molested by my dad's best friend while I was spending time with his daughters that were my friends. It made me very cautious of all men, and forever I prayed he'd be punished in some way. But I didn't tell my mother until I was 17 years old because of the fact he threatened me and made me scared. Said he would kill me if I ever told anyone. But I had to. So I told my mom a few months before I turned 18 years old. I was scared, yes, but I finally got up the nerve and courage to tell her. She was very upset, as every mother would be. I found out 2 years ago that he was in a bad car accident and had a massive heart attack behind the wheel. He was sent to Erlanger to where he died on the operating table and then came back. I wished and prayed for punishment, but I didn't want him to die, which made me cry and then pray for him to stay alive. And he did, but had brain damage affecting his memory. I would never wish death on anyone, no matter how bad the case. But he's alive and doing well, so I accepted that as punishment and moved on in my life. I was 8 years old when my mom and dad divorced in 1999, which put me and my sister in a depression. I wanted a happy family, but that wasn't what was going to happen. My dad stayed at bars drinking, and he smoked marijuana and came home drunk. That's what broke our family up. After the divorce, we almost never seen him because he didn't seem interested in seeing us back then. But today, in the past year and a half, he has wanted to make an effort to be a part of our lives. And he doesn't smoke or drink now, as of present, which is so great. I'm proud of my dad. We talk now when he isn't at work, by phone or a social website. I am happy to have him back, somewhat in our lives again. Then when I was 15 years old, I got with a guy and spent 7 years together. The last 2 years we was together, he was verbally and mentally abusive to me. And I finally got the nerve to kick him out because I also found out he cheated on me with his sister. So I stood up for myself. I was brave, even though I was scared of him. and what he could possibly do because of his anger. I got him out, and I feel not afraid anymore. Then I was 17 years old when I dropped out of high school. I dropped out because I was constantly bullied. I went to teachers about the issue, and no one would help me. I came close to taking my own life because of how miserable I was and stayed depressed all the time, going home crying. I don't like fighting, and I never fought anyone, even though I had the urge to let loose on them. But I didn't want to lower myself to their level. I wanted to be the better person, the nice one. So my mom got me out of school because of fear of losing me. Also, I made a goal to one day find resources to go about getting my GED so that I can go to an art institute college and take the opportunity a lady named Treva offered me in Atlanta, Georgia, for photography. A dream. My dream. Hope is what will get me there. And when I was 20 in June, about to be 21 of 2012, I joined a peer support group at Highland Rivers Mental Health. When I first joined, I was shy, tried to sit alone, part of being nervous, how other people would respond to me. But 3 people came over to me that was in the group and sat down beside me. It made me feel welcome and calm. They introduced themselves to me, which made me feel excited about possibly maybe making friends. And it did wind up happening. I started to talk more. I started coming every day, wanting to learn and relax more each time. And I wanted to make myself healthy, mentally and physically too. And pretty soon, I became confident enough, and I was actually voted into our Highland Rivers Peer Support Peer Council, and I'm proud to be on it as an advisor. And I appreciate everyone in Peer, and I feel so hopeful and happy now in my recovery. I thank everyone who has always been there for me, my family, my friends at Peer and outside of Peer. And most importantly, Highland Rivers Peer Support and the whole place. Doctors, staff, I feel so strong and full of hope now. And I have finally gotten over my issues with men over this past year. I can say now that I found love in someone. A sweet, honest, and loving man named Ray. He's everything I ever wanted, and he's a big part of my support system. And he makes me utterly happy. I have self-confidence now, and I feel positively amazing around him. I feel like I can truly be me. My thoughts don't feel cloudy or cautious anymore. I love that he's protective. I trust him with my heart. He gives me hope, not only in love, but also in life. For my future, I'm feeling goals are strong. My goals are strong ones and are accomplishable. I plan on becoming a photographer, but I want to acquire my GED first. I love to make people smile. It's something I'm good at. Also, moving out and trying to become an independent person is a big goal I want to achieve for myself. I have courage and hope in these goals, and I thank you all for listening to Sweet Little Old Me. Thank you.